Hey guys, how are you? Okay, today in the masterclass, we are going to see something very important. If you're a student of marketing, and if you're also a person who is involved in digital marketing, if you're an entrepreneur owning a very small or startup brand, or an early stage entrepreneur, medium or mature stage entrepreneur, if you are looking for some kind of an insight to start your digital brand marketing, this video is exactly for you. So this is a masterclass. So the topic gets the precedence, and we are not going to worry about the length of the video or the timing of the video. The concept is important, and hence we are going to keep it as one video, and then we are going to cover two very important topics for today. So digital web marketing is actually comprising of a lot of things. In that, we are going to handle only two things for today. This is going to be like a series, and I'm sure that like by the end of the series we'll be covering all the activities when it comes to digital web marketing. So starting with this, what we are going to do is we are going to start with the basics of introduction of digital web marketing. So when I use the word called web, I'm defining the scope of the word called web here. We are actually working on all the aspects of digital medium, and that is what I'm calling as web, not exactly only the website, because we are not going to actually see about website today. That we have already told in one video how what is that you need to start a website and things like that. Today we are going to talk about something very important, which is introduction of the digital web marketing, and we are going to extend that and see something about email marketing, how to do, how is that you have to structure it, things like that. So starting, like we there is this very aggressive offline marketing techniques, guerrilla marketing. Wherever you see, the brand will be flashed. But when it comes to online web marketing, one of the things which we actually take is that we take a step back, and then we work on the target audience, and we don't project our brand to everybody. We actually project it to the people who mean, or who is going to be our prospect. So as an introduction, I would like to give this. The digital web marketing is something where, will it be considered as a niche marketing? In a way it is, yes, but the market size of digital space has to be taken into consideration. The demography of digital space has to be taken into consideration, and cluster analysis of the demography is very much possible, and the quality of the data which we have on the digital marketing space is definitely much higher than the offline marketing space. What is the relevance here? Let me give you a small example on. If you are going to put up a very big billboard, you have you have identified a location, and you have also signed up a contract for the billboard, but you will actually not be able to filter out the exposure of the billboard to a very specific audience. So in digital space, that is possible, and that is what I'm talking about when I say that the cluster analysis is possible. Is it very difficult? Actually, no, it is not difficult. What is very important is, if you go back and refer to my who is a customer, or video, you will be very clear that you would have already created a buyer persona. or a customer persona. So in that case, what happens is once the persona is being created, then you can convert that into a parameter. It can be male or female, it can be a age band between 20 or 25, something like that, 30, 35, 20 to 40, something like that. The specific liking, example, like if you're a sportsman, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're part of a business community, something like that. Or you can actually open up and do it as a mass broadcast. The reach is going to be very fast, and very important thing, the reach can be quantified. At any point in time, you will know who is the target audience, who has actually come into your digital web space, and who is the one who is actually giving a lot of time for your content, for your observation, for your branding material, and in turn you can redraft your branding material in future to adopt to that audience. So let's go into the subject one on one. If at all, when I'm talking about the online marketing basics, there are very few things which are important, which I'm going to say as a fundamental. Number one, I'm going to assume that you are already having a web presence. Number two, I'm going to assume that you already have a brand and you already have a branding definition. There is a separate video of what is the brand definition I have put. You can actually browse through the BTSS channel and you will get the video what is a brand definition. So if these two are available, then it means that you are ready. So what are all the things that you have to take? A brand is an identity or a purpose. So if you actually bring or break that down into parameters and define the purpose of the brand or purpose of the service, and that's where we are actually saying that the definition of that particular brand exists. Once the definition of the brand is getting cleared, clearly documented, then we are very much sure that all the documentation, all the content of that particular brand can be adopted towards that brand image or brand definition. Whatever you do, whatever you actually do it should be adopted towards that. As and when, like whenever I'm bringing on some kind of a technical point, listing points, you can actually see that the image will come in the screen. All the related documents will be appearing on the screen as and when it is required. So, going forward, what are all the basics? Other than the basics, what are all the next level of things which should be there? Some kind of a documentation platform has to be there, whether it can be a website, and inside the website, whether it is going to be about us page, projects page, portfolio page, or blogs. Blogs are one of the very important thing when it comes to digital marketing, because blogs are something where you can communicate to your audience what is happening in your company. It may be related to the project, it may not be related to the project. So the basic activity of a blog is to communicate what is happening inside a company to the outside world without putting a proper official tag to it. It is not, it is, like as they say, right, off the records. It is very much a published document, but it is not a declaration unless the management wants to look like a declaration. So, necessity of a blog for creating the content or creating a list of content. What else is required? Your social media presence. So, whether it is Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, whichever works for you, or everything which is working for you, that presence. Your effective communication team, your PR team. So these are the basics which is required for creating your structured digital web marketing approach. The next immediate thing is putting all these ideas into action, which is first thing is creating a digital web marketing strategy. The digital web marketing strategy is a plan document which will illustrate the brand definition and attach a lot of activities towards the brand definition, and in turn finding a way by which the activities and the brand definition combinedly achieve your vision, brand vision. So either it is going to be directly related, or it is going to be a planned phase where these will be taken up in a phased manner one by one, and it will directly or indirectly contribute towards your brand strategy, which is in the definition of your brand definition and which is in line to achieving the goal, which is your vision. We will see one by one. We will see one by one. Those are because it's a very important thing. So, as a basic thing, brand definition is something which you have created, brand strategy document is something which you have created, and hence, this brand strategy is going to be like a book which will be segregated into activities, and then it will be given it to the team so that they perform. So, to all the things which I have mentioned, blog, website, your social media pages, PR team, communication team, all are going to be working on the content or the list which are being illustrated in the brand strategy document. So these are the basic paraphernalia which you may have to put in place so that the branding strategy activities can be started going forward. So now we have the brand strategy, we know what are all the things to be done, and there is a team for it. So from now, there are a lot of activities which can be done. So till now, this is what is called as a basic introduction towards the digital web marketing space. And in that, we are now going to take what is called as email marketing. Why is why is email marketing very important? Because email marketing is something where you don't have to reinvent the wheel again. Email is something which we have been using for a very long time right now. So we'll be very happy to use whichever is available to us already. You have an email, I have an email. So we are already ready for exchanging our views and in turn communicate the same towards the other activities. What is the other things which are required? You may actually have your own set of branding kits. The communication material has to be branded, and the communication material has to be drafted in a way that it is inclusive and it is not hindering, or it is not going in a level where it becomes a harassment. How to do that? There are few things which we are going to discuss. First is the content. if we take the content of that email, we are going to work on few things. Is it just plain, okay, I want to write an email, so I'm going to write an email? Is it simple? Of course, it's simple. But will it be the same like how you are going to send other emails? No, it is not going to be like that. A branded communication is, including emails, is a measured words which will always contribute towards positive reinforcement of the brand and services. Taking the aspect to the next level, how to structure that content? There are a lot of tools. First there are basic structure is also there. First is your greetings. You have to address the recipient. The subject matter should be there. The description should be there. A proper closure should be there, and your signature block. So any email content has this. I will repeat again. Your greetings. You are going to address saying that, dear Mr. Satish, how are you today? Good morning, good afternoon, something like that. The next is your description. Your first paragraph should not be directly saying that, okay, I have a product, do you want it? Send me $1, send me a check for $100. It doesn't work like that. It's a description. Take them slowly into the content. Introduce you in a way that they would associate themselves in understanding you, rather than straightforward going and telling that, hey, this is the business that I'm doing, this is the product I'm having, you better buy it, send me a check. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. So the proper introduction description is important. Okay, that is done. What is the next? And that's the main body of the content, where you may have to introduce your services to them. You may have to tell them, saying that, okay, I have so much of experience, or I'm a fresher in the market. I want to probably introduce this product to you, and I want to get an opportunity, so that you guys click on the link which is being given, and in turn you will be able to look at the total product or services which we are offering, and we are damn sure that you will be interested to look into that particular thing, and you will like it. For all the startup entrepreneurs, let me put it to you in one thing. Big companies use various strategies to get attracted. But if you are a starter, if you are a startup, please do not experiment very wild and out of the book concepts when it comes to branding. The success rate of startups getting a good viral hit, positive hit, from a completely different strategy, which is maybe like off the book strategy, is very less. If some extremely big brands are doing it, they can do it. They can afford to do it, because the brand recall and brand recollect is already there in a very big maximum high for them. If you're a startup, stick on to the keep it simple and stupid strategy. It always works. And believe me, as far as media metrics is concerned, we predominantly tell our clients, keep it simple and stupid. We use the KISS strategy very, very, very highly, and I recommend using KISS strategy. I will definitely put a separate video on KISS strategy also, because it is something which the world has to know about. It always works. There is no way that it is not going to work. It always works. Okay, so that is the body of the content. And then comes the signature block. So signature block is, if you're thinking like, thank you very much, regards, Satish Sampath. No, I'm not talking about that. Below your name, Satish Sampath, try to pack the information in a way that The content of your signature should also communicate the brand strategy. Whether it is going to be using website address, whether it is going to be using a small logo of your company, or I have seen few people who literally amazingly use some small GIF. They use very small, let's say, quote for the day. They use very small, some kind of a communication, project information announcement, something like that. There are so many creative ways of how to use your email signature as a method for creating a good branding strategy. I will put a separate video on that because I have very good reference material which I can suggest you so that you can go on, have a look at it. Okay, so the content is ready. Please remember, this video is not about how to write an email. This video is all about, okay, now the email is ready. What you have to do with that particular email? The first thing is you have to identify a recipient for that email. So who can be a recipient? The recipient can be your internal client or internal employees. It can be an external employee. External employee, when I mean that contractors. It can be a prospect. It can be a cold call email which you are going to send unknown people. So you are going to send, or it can be for an existing customer, and it's a communication towards what you are trying to bring something new. Moreover, when you are writing and sending an email, what is very important is it structured specifically for you, or is it going to be a common email which is going to be sent like a newsletter? Earlier, when the personalization technology is not so highly innovated, people are very happy to click on any email which is coming, and then they are pretty much, they are happy about clicking anything and then looking at what is being said. But nowadays there is a lot of scamming which is going on. There is a lot of spamming which is going on. So in this age, we have to be very, very specific about how to send that. And in that only, we have to be very careful to say that this email makes a lot of sense to you. It is something which I'm not sending it to you, or not, I'm not sending it like a bulk email to you. I'm sending it for a very specific purpose for you. Do not ignore this email. Do not go away from this email. Better take 5 minutes or 3 minutes of your time and read through it. How can you communicate that message to you? It all goes back to only one thing: the subject line of that email. There are a lot of strategies which big companies adopt to work on the subject line of the email. Let's not go into deeper than that because we are going to work on the marketing aspect of it. So let's say now the email is ready, subject is ready, everything is ready. Your recipient has to be located. So when I say the recipient has to be located, what I mean is you have to identify the email recipient. Is there some tools which are available? Yes, of course, tools are available. But it is always better if we can employ some proper method to collect data and in turn use that towards your email marketing. If you are going to use, there are a lot of tools which you can use for email marketing. One of the things they very much advise you is, please make sure that you are not buying the database from some other company, so that all your email will be considered as a junk or a spam. So as much as possible, get realistic email IDs who will definitely be interested to look into the email which is coming, and in turn take that and use it for a mass broadcast of email. The other aspect to it, okay, now the email is ready, the email recipients are ready, and then now how can I send it to, let's say, 1,000 people? How can I send it to 1,000 people? If you are going to send it as a bulk email, it is hardly going to come and sit in the inbox. It is definitely going to sit either in the junk or it is going to sit in the spam. How to circumvent that? That's where I said personalization of the message, and each and every email has to be sent separately. I'm not telling manually, I'm saying separately. There are tools which are available. One, some tools which sends bulk emails, another tools which takes bulk of emails, but it sends one by one, so that it increases it maximizes the possibility of your email landing in the inbox without being considered as a potential risk. What is the steps which are left out? So you have now got the tools to send it. You have got the content. Everything is ready. The only thing which is uh, missing is press the send button. Okay. What is important in this step? Is just pressing the send button is going to solve your problem? Absolutely not. For any communication, one of the things you have to focus on when it comes to digital marketing, when it comes to digital email marketing, is that there should be a provision for you to track it. If I am sending 1,000 emails, if I am sending 1,000 emails, I should know how many emails are sent, how many emails are in the process of sending, how many emails have been has gone and landed in the other recipient person's place, how many has been opened, how many is not being opened, how many is deleted, how many people are actually reporting me saying that this guy is spamming. If you're not able to get these data, if you're not able to get these analytics, don't choose that tool for sending your email as a part of email marketing. Analytics is very important. Always give provision for the user to unsubscribe themselves from your email list. Yes, that is mandatory. If you are sending some email and if they do not like it, they should always be given a provision for them to unsubscribe themselves from the emailing list. This will stop them to mark us as a spam. Instead, they will just unsubscribe and they will go. Even if it is going to be a 10% audience who wants to unsubscribe, 900 out of 1,000, 900 emails would land, and it will at least have 20 to 30% of conversion. And at least if you are looking at 1% or 2% of conversion to sale, you will in turn land up with 5 or 10 uh, you know inquiry, and then one or two deals to, get signed. Why is email marketing so interesting? Obvious thing, it's very cost effective. It doesn't cost in fact a lot of money at all, in fact no money at all. Number two, it gives you a provision for a very customized communication to be sent. Example, you can, company name can be there, person first name last name can be there, their interest can be understood, their interest can, you can put a survey, you can actually bring them into your website, you can make them to give answer for a multiple choice question, you can make them do anything that you want. So much of flexibility available. So that is something which is very, very important in any marketing communication. That email marketing definitely gives you that. What is the second thing? Just now I mentioned that it can be easily tracked. Anything that we are trying to do, unless we are measuring it, unless there is no metrics for it, it is just like a blind man, throwing some kind of a paint on a canvas and then assuming that, oh, it's a fantastic image. Hence, analytics is very important. And finally, why email marketing is very, because it gives a very secured and direct platform for the recipient to communicate back to you. No other means is there. When it comes to billboard, they see there is a number, they may call, they may not call it, they may forget it. A lot of things are there. But in email, they see it. All they have to do is like boom, one press one button, and then there is a proper communication available between the receiver and the company. Straightforward. This is very important. Do not underestimate email marketing in today's scenario. You may probably think that, like, I'm not even watching my email, it is all going into junk, this, that. That's a very minor part. If you manage your email marketing properly, if you create your newsletters in a very creative, simple, and effective way, even in today's context where the social media boom is very high, email marketing is still one of the most used and effective digital marketing techniques available. In media metrics, we are using it very, very successfully. And every time there is a possibility that you can get some kind of an email from somebody, always get it. But do not misuse it, do not spam it, and mainly do not expect every email that you send to your prospect has to be responded positively, or should convert it should convert that into a sale. Please note, email marketing predominantly is keeping in touch with your customer, whether it is going to be new product, new services, new offers, discounts, coupons, or just to say, hey, how are you? Is it is it is it is it that so difficult? Absolutely not. It's a very simple tool, very simple act, but the effect on brand recollect and effect of brand identification and understanding, there is a huge leap, there is a huge increase in that. I hope this video makes it extremely clear to you how the email marketing actually gives and pumps a lot of positivity in your branding activity, and in turn you will be very much surprised that the biggest of the biggest brands take this email marketing as their tool even today, as their first go to whenever they are launching a new scheme, whenever they are launching a new uh, product, services, discounts, anything. It is a very, very powerful tool, guys. I hope this video will inspire you. This video will create a whatever the inspiration, excitement that is required, so that you can go back to your whiteboard, work on an email marketing strategy for you. If you need help in structuring your email marketing strategy for you, be sure, don't worry about it. Just send an email to me, or just look into our website www.mediametrics.in. We will definitely help you with that. With that, I'm closing this masterclass. Today we saw two things: introduction of digital web marketing and email marketing in depth. I hope this video is very useful for you. I hope you like it. If you like it, Send this video to all your friends. If they like it, ask them to subscribe to my channel, ask them to share it, like it, and let's build a very positive community. I will meet you all in my next video. Until then, take care, be happy. Thank you very much.